Here we go. 586 one-way trip in the Model 3. 307 kilometers of range so far. It'll be as low as minus 20 where I'm going, but it's supposed to be clear, sunny or cloudy, but no rain, no snow. There's a little bit of flurries right now, but it shouldn't be too bad. And I'll update you as I go. All right, on the way to Belleville, I was driving about 95 to 100 kilometers an hour, had the heat on as well, until I got really close to being out of range, and then I shut the heat off. But otherwise, it was an easy trip. All right, here we are. 31 kilometers left on the battery, 225 kilometers traveled. There's my energy efficiency. I am at the superchargers, and it says there are none within range, so that kind of stinks, but I'm parked right beside one. Energy consumption estimate was pretty much bang on. It said I was going to be here with 3% battery left when I left home, went up to as much as 7, and it ended up at about 6, which is cool. It is minus 7, and let's get a charge and let us enjoy some delicious Denny's. See ya. Alright, so I've been charging about 39 minutes, which was how long it took me to go into the mall and to go to the bathroom and to get a sub and to eat the sub. When I left home, I had 308 kilometers of range, and it was down to 30 by the time I made my 225 kilometers. So I'm about 380 to the destination, so I should have enough to get there, but I'm sure it's going to reroute me somewhere once I get back on the road. Total cost so far, 14 bucks. I'll update you when I am in Montreal. No range anxiety on the way to Cornwall at all. It was a bit of a pain to find the supercharger, but it was an easy trip. The temperature started to drop a little bit, but otherwise, easy peasy. Last pit stop, 59 kilometers left. Made it with 12% to spare. Since Belleville, 255 kilometers. And there's my efficiency. Overall trip, 476 kilometers so far. One quick charge and a pit stop, and then Montreal is about 100 kilometers away. See ya! Oh yeah, it was fun trying to find this one too. It's at a Ramada Inn. I didn't bother to look. All I did was just follow the map to get to the superchargers, and here we are. See ya later. Okay, on the way to Montreal, I had Navigate on autopilot on, and it worked flawlessly for the whole thing. A couple of unsettling parts, especially if you've ever driven through the Montreal area, but otherwise it worked great. It navigated all the interchanges, and by the time I got to the hotel, I found out that there was a level 2 charger underground. I didn't end up using it because I wanted to simulate worst case scenario. So what happens if you just have to rely on superchargers and you have to start off wherever you start off? So on the way back, I ended up stopping about 26 kilometers out of Montreal at the Point Claire supercharger. It was at a mall with a keg, which was great. So a lot of the superchargers are pretty conveniently located. And I got a quick charge there, and then my plan was to drive a little bit faster on the way back, but to stop more frequently. The battery charges a lot faster when it is at a lower percentage, and that was the plan, but I ended up throwing that plan out the window because there was a lot of wind on the way back. I was probably driving straight into 25 to 30 kilometer per hour winds. Temperature was about minus 1 degree Celsius to 1 degree, depending on where you were. But other than that, no range anxiety on the way back because I had planned to make more frequent stops. And the corridor between Montreal and Toronto, there are at least 5 superchargers that are pretty easy to get to. So Pickering, Belleville, Kingston, Cornwall, and there's a handful in Montreal as well. All right, so the main difference I would say is obviously it took 2 to 3 hours longer than it would have taken in a gas car, but the drive was completely stress-free. The autopilot really helped, so I wasn't tired when I got to Montreal, I wasn't tired when I got home, and I'm usually not in a rush whenever I have to do this trip. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about charging or anything else about the trip, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.